Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Tuesday the 18th of November 2025. In today's Millwall news, we are back with a bang. We're talking about the first team, we're talking about the upcoming game, but we are talking about injuries. Of course we are. Yeah, it's been a theme for a number of years, isn't it? So here we go. Let's talk about the injuries. So this is from southernnews.co.uk. Alex Neil outlines progress of Millwall trio availability for Portsmouth this Saturday? ? Alex Neil said Femi Aziz, Stephen Bender, and Alfie Doughty are making good progress towards returning to first team action. Again, don't worry about Bender. I'd rather have Crocombe in goal. The trio are back in training this week, ahead of Millwall's trip to Portsmouth on Saturday. Bender has been unavailable since the October international break after injuring his groin in the build-up to the Lions' 2-1 win over Queen's Park Rangers, while Doughty and Aziz suffered shorter-term knocks. Aziz was withdrawn 35 minutes into the 2-2 draw with Oxford United on November the 1st with a hamstring issue, while Doughty picked up an ankle injury while playing for the under-21s the week before. Doughty had previously been ruled out for 2 months with a hamstring injury and had made a substitute appearance against QPR. Alex Neil outlined the trio's progress over the international break. Alfie's been on the glass, Stephen's been on the glass. We've got a couple of coming back this week. It's just going to be a case of can we get enough volume and training load into them to make them ready and prepared for the games. And that'll be a decision that'll get made later in the week because obviously, we don't know what's going to happen today, what's going to happen Thursday, what's going to happen on Friday, then we'll just take it from there. But the lads are making good progress, and Femi's been on the grass again. Question mark as to whether Saturday might be too soon for him. But again, it's not far away. Asked if he still expects Aziz to be back in a few games after the international break concludes, Neil said, I part-trained yesterday, so he's on the grass with the team and he's done a lot of this stuff. He just got certain markers he needs to tick off to make sure he's available. Here's the thing. I wouldn't rush him back. It's going to be a tough game, Portsmouth away. There's a lot of... I think, are they in the relegation places? I think they're close to it. Obviously, the manager last season, they stuck with him and he kept them up. They made a few decent signings in January, which helped. But this season, the fans are turning against him already. And it's just a case of, what have you done for me lately? They're not happy. I actually predicted before the start of the season that they would probably go down. And I think if we beat them on Saturday, the manager might get the sack. I think that's how close he is. So it's up to the players. Do the players like him? Do the players don't like him? Because if they don't like him and they want him gone, all they have to do is put in a half-hearted performance, let us win, and the manager will be gone. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, that will be a tough game. But, I wouldn't rush any half-fit players back for that. I think probably, more importantly, is the one after that, the week after, Southampton at home. Obviously, you've got Sheffield Wednesday in the week, which I think all you got to do is, mark Barry Bannon, don't you? As long as you mark him out of the game, and we should be fine. So we'll see how we go with that. Now, talking of injured players... Millwall FC put this on their X profile today. A picture of Massimo Luongo. I think it's from his Instagram. And there he's had his surgery. So it looks like he's had his surgery either today or recently. And, there you go. There he is. All wrapped up. But, just to add insult to injury, literally. He's got a hole in his sock. Look at that. So someone's taking a picture and he's got a hole in his sock. I mean, god damn. But there he is, And realistically, he's he probably won't be playing for us again. You'll see, it's a massive thing to come back from to play. So we'll see if he does come back. But yeah, I mean, get well soon, or just get well, mate. Just get well. Fix your legs, and you got the rest of your life to use them, to walk around on, to run, play with your kids, and all that. So look after yourself. Thoughts and prayers with Massimo Luongo. And talking of injured players, this is from southernnews.co.uk. Mill boss explains why duo withdrew from international duty. So here we have, fair play to the Southern News asking the question of the manager, because although the Scotland team, they did mention it in the piece before the game, the night before the game on Saturday. They did say, these 3 players have withdrawn from the squad. The Serbians didn't mention it, and no one else mentioned it. So I'm sitting here, like a loon, looking at the game, on YouTube, under 21 Scotland under 21s. Waiting for it, anticipating it, seeing if Daniel Kelly's going to play. I'm going to watch him. Let's see how he does. And he's not in the team, and he's not on the bench. And the same with Ivanovic, although that game wasn't live. So, again. So, what the hell happened? Well, Alex Neil explains it. Alex Neil explained why Mihailo Ivanovic and Daniel Kelly withdrew from international duty, citing the slight knocks the duo picked up. Slight knocks. And this is what I kind of alluded to when I mentioned it at the time. This is an international selection. This is the best of the best. You want not only just the best players, but the best players that are fit and raring to go. You don't really want to bring in a half-injured player, or players just come back from fitness, because pretty much of a muchness, like if it's an important game and it's a player, so let's say like for England, if it's like Harry Kane and he's got a knock, he gets called up, he wants to play, and then the Bayern Munich ain't too keen, you make allowances and you bring him in. You say, we're going to see what we can do. We might start you, and then bring you off us after a certain time. Or we'll keep you on the bench, and maybe if we need you, we'll bring you on. You make allowances for very good players. Whereas if it's just under 21s, especially if it's a friendly game, okay, we'll just bring someone else in if you're not like fully fit. Fair play. So Ivanovic and Kelly were both called up for Serbia and Scotland under 21s, but dropped out of their squads before the first game of the international break. Kelly recently returned from a hamstring injury sustained in mid-September, replacing Derek Mazusaka in the 89th minute of the 1-1 draw at Preston North End before the break. Ivanovic looked to have picked up a knock in the same game, but was deemed fine to continue and played the majority of the match. Both of the lads picked up knocks, Alex Neil told News at Den. Dan is still full in his quad, and his hamstring. He didn't really train enough for us to involve him in the last game, but we did because we had a lack of numbers in that area. Mihailo went down and sort of looked as if he twisted his knee, and he got another kick on his ankle as well. So there was a couple of little bits and bobs for him that, unfortunately, they haven't done as much training as we would have liked. Asked if he could impact his availability for Mill's trip to Portsmouth on Saturday, Neil said, we'll see how the rest of the week pans out. We're expecting him to train today, so we'll just see how he looks today, but I don't want to say yeah, and then he's not available, or vice versa. I can tell you with 100% certainty that Mihailo Ivanovic will be playing against Portsmouth. 100%. So, yeah. Very coy there from Alex Neil. Now, festive. Are you feeling festive? Are you? Good for you. Here we go. 2025 festive opening hours at the Den. Festive. Ooh. This isn't related to I'm watching Scotland. As I'm recording this, I'm watching Scotland with the sound muted. And they've just scored directly from a corner. Um, yeah. Live. I'm watching Scotland Bay, though, here. If they win the game, they go to the World Cup. If they lose the game, they go to the playoffs. So, obviously, they want to go to the World Cup. Get their job done. You win one game of football. Yes, it's direct from a corner. Or did it get a touch? No, it was an in-swinger, direct from the corner. So, what's going on with Scotland? I don't know if you know. You've probably seen the game. McTominay did an insane overhead kick for the first goal. The geezers just curled it straight in from a corner. Scotland are seemingly playing like world beaters. Or up front, at the back, they're still kind of dodgy, slow and plodding, but they are 2-1 up with 78 minutes to go. Anyway, let's crack on with the video. Can they fuck it up from here? Well, there's 10 minutes left. We'll see how they do. We will see how they do. They're topping of the table now. Obviously, 13 points to Denmark's 11. Anyway, let's get back to this. Enough of the international games, we'll know, because that's coming at the end of the video. So, looking at visiting the Den over the 2025 festive period, find out when the stadium and the Lion Store will be open and closed! ! This is from millfc.co.uk, so you know that it's official, you know that it's kosher. Can you say that? Are you allowed to say that? Festive? So here we go. Obviously, Christmas Eve, early closing. If you don't know when Christmas Eve is, that's Wednesday the 24th of December. Of course, Christmas Day, closed. Boxing Day, we have a game, so it's open. This is the Den and Ticket Office. It doesn't say when it opens, though. The kickoff is at 1 p.m. So, normally for a 1 p.m, normally for a 12:30 kickoff, it opens at 10, doesn't it? So, imagine for a 1, it will open at something like 11, round there about. So, and of course, because we got games bracket in the weekend, we got a game on Friday, we got a game on Monday. At the weekend, closed. So Saturday the 27th, the ticket office closed. Sunday the 28th, the ticket office is closed. Back open on the Monday. Normal hours apply, whatever they are. The kickoff is at 7:45 though, so that's kind of weird. Why would you open it 9:30 in the morning if the game's not until 7:45? But yeah. Oh fucking hell! Denmark have just equalised 2-2. Yep. That lasted about 3 minutes. Well done, Scotland. Fucking hell. What are you doing? Beto, here? His foot's not even touching on the ground. So yeah. Still 9 minutes to go, though. They can score again. It's fine. Anyway, where was we? Oh, yeah. So after the game on Monday, it's closed on Tuesday. Obviously, they have to recover. It's a night game as well, 7:45 kickoff on Monday. Is it, though? Yeah, it is, isn't it? Because Monday's a working day. It's not a bank holiday. So that's why it's kicking off at 7:45. Although, all the office bods, who's working on the Monday? Office bods? They get 2 weeks off, don't they? So, I mean, just shop workers, taxi drivers, public transport people. If you're self-employed, you probably have the day off as well. So, Wednesday the 31st of December, obviously colloquially known as New Year's Eve. That is closing early as well, 9:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. On Thursday, it's closed. That's because that's New Year's Day. But that's a match day, but we're away to Southampton. Friday the 2nd, normal hours again. So, which I think is something like 9:30 to 4 or something like that. Saturday the 3rd, it's closed. Because there's a game on Sunday. Normal hours apply. Kick off at 3 p.m. on Sunday, so normal hours apply for that. And then Monday the 5th, everyone's back to work. Normal hours apply for that. But that's just the ticket office. Now we got the Lions store, obviously. Christmas gifts. You want to buy them? They got them. They got them right there. And obviously, the ordering online, shall we say, can be a bit hit and miss. I'm hearing reports of things and stuff, but, teething problems. But, obviously, if something goes wrong, people, very loud about it. Not very loud when it goes right, Oh, I ordered a thing and it came. It's like, yeah, that's how it's supposed to work. Why would you mention that? So, the Lions store on Monday the 22nd. So they've gone before Christmas Eve, because obviously, I'd imagine the kids are off. You probably want to go to the store and get some stuff. They've actually got it closing at 6 p.m. So, which is, I think, more than normal. Normally it closes like 4 or 5 or something like that. So they've done an extra hour late opening, so you can get down there after work or something like that. So yeah, Monday the 22nd, 10 to 6. Tuesday the 23rd, 10 to 6. Christmas Eve, 10 to 3. 10 to 3. Christmas Day, of course, closed. Boxing Day does that mean it's open? Obviously, it's a match day. You would assume it's open, but maybe not, because we'll get them. So it doesn't say if it's. You assume it's open, but it does say below, and we'll get to that in a minute. But Saturday the 27th, 10 to 5. Sunday, of course, closed. Monday, there's a match, so again, it doesn't say it's open. We assume it's open. Tuesday the 30th of December, 10 to 5. New Year's Eve, 10 to 3. New Year's Day, closed. Obviously, there's an away game, and it's bank holiday, so... Friday the 2nd, 10 to 5. Saturday the 3rd, 10 to 5. Sunday the 4th, it's closed. Now, this is a match day. A home match day at the Den. And they're not opening the Lions store. But that is interesting. Why is that the case? That's kind of a weird decision to do that. Normally, the fans are there. You want to sell them stuff. So it's kind of odd that the store's closed. But yeah. So, but like I said, it's a match day, but it says closed. We're on the 29th, the Bristol City home game. There's nothing there. So you assume it's open, because down here it says closed, or it's up here. So again, that is a weird. Is that Sunday trading laws? Is that a licensing thing? Are they not allowed to open on the Sundays? I don't know. Maybe it's a thing with the staff that they don't want an opening on Sunday. Oh, but that's kind of unusual now. So we've got the travel situation. They told us about that last week. Now we've got the opening hours then the festive opening hours at the Den, and the ticket office, and the Lions store. So there you go. Make a note of that. Now, we are going to finish talking up about the international break for the rest of the video, and that should be it now. That's it, done and dusted. So, let's get on to it. So, England's under 17s, we have a player there, Lyndon Snellgrove. Third of 3 matches. It was a 1-1 draw against Australia, so it's 1 win and 2 draws. But Lyndon Snellgrove did not feature. So, yeah, I'm just going to go down to where it says the teams. If you go down to substitutes not used, and you go to the second line, that starts Fargas. Number 21, Linda Snellgrove of Millwall, was one of the subs not used. So he, in the first game against the USA, which England won 5-2, they were 2-0 down as well, by the way. He came on as a late substitute, very late substitute in the 89th minute. The following game against the Côte d'Ivoire, they drew 1-1, and they were actually leading. They were winning the game. He started. Linda Snellgrove started. I believe he's a defender. He went off in the 70th minute, and then Côte d'Ivoire scored in the 74th minute. So he didn't concede. He wasn't responsible, and he didn't play in this game. So there you go. Hopefully he's not injured, but we'll wait and see. So there you go. Now we have one to go. There is one remaining, and that is Max Crocombe. Game number 2 in the US of A, United States of America, playing against Ecuador in Harrison, New Jersey, which is just over the river from Newark. And if you look on the left hand side, in the FIFA rankings, Ecuador are ranked number 23, New Zealand are ranked number 85. So that's a heck of a difference. So, but I have a funny feeling that this game might be a draw. Why do I think that? Well, let's go over here. And you can't see it, so this is going to be annoying, but I'll just tell you. So in the last game that Ecuador played a couple of days ago against Canada, they drew 0-0. This game against Mexico, they drew 1-1. Against the USA, they drew 1-1. Against Paraguay, they drew 0-0. Against Peru, they drew 0-0. Against Brazil, they drew 0-0. Against Chile, they drew 0-0. So they do love a draw. They love a draw. So there you go. Now, of course, we don't know if Max Crocombe's going to start. This game kicks off at 1:30 British time. It might be available on streaming on the betting channels. The last game I had to watch through Ladbrokes in live betting, and I watched it through that, but which was annoying because it was supposed to be on FIFA Plus. But I don't know if they figured out if I was using a VPN, because they wouldn't let me watch it. It said it wasn't available, so I don't know what the hell's going on. So yeah, but if you watch through the betting sites, it might be available. If you live in the United States of America, if you live within driving distance of Harrison, New Jersey, you can. Oh, thanks. You can still get tickets to the game, I think. I'm not sure how this works. Again, Ticketmaster, not endorsing them. $85 for a ticket. It's a lot cheaper than the one at Fort Lauderdale. Obviously, this is a bigger stadium. There seems to be a lot of tickets left. So there's no, it goes from 85 up in the corners at the back to 200 and whatever that was, $300. So I mean, wow. So there you go. I would imagine, much like the game the other day, this is going to be full of Ecuadorians. So obviously, there you go. So we wait to see if Max Crocombe plays in this, if he comes through it okay, and if he gets a decent result. And on that note, thank you for watching, and goodbye.